When you go to the average from you say, describe to me in one word, in 2 words, in a sentence, what is Yemei Mashiach? What's its function? What's he going to tell you? I believe the popular response is that it's schar.
Is what?
It's our reward, it's schar. Yemei Mashiach is about schar. We're working in Galus for 2,000 years. We're suffering in Galus, an incredible suffering for 2,000 years. And then the purpose of Yemei Mashiach is because there's going to come a time when Hashem wants to reward, needs to reward us. But and you think a little deeper. Where does that whole attitude comes from? If you say that Hashem created the world because He wanted to be good to us, and there's definitely Makairis and Kabbalah for that, in Eitz Chaim, and why did Hashem create the world? Ki chafetz chesed, He wanted to do chesed. This is chesed. This is Hashem's chesed. Looking around the world today, Elamai. So what's the answer to that? How do we answer that question? We say, no, wait. Right now, this is just phase 1, right? Phase 1, which is where we're doing the work. And once we finish the work, that's when the reward comes. But in Tanya over here, we're not going with that direction. We're saying that Hashem created the world because He needed and He wanted the world. But what does Hashem want? Hashem wants a dir b'tachtoinim. When is there going to be a dir b'tachtoinim? When Moshiach comes. The purpose of the creation of the world is Yemei Mashiach. That's why Hashem created the world. Hashem is waiting for Mashiach as much as we're waiting, much more. Because the reason why Hashem created the world is He wanted a dir b'tachtoinim. Right now we're not there yet. When Mashiach comes, we'll have dir b'tachtoinim. It's a whole different way of looking at Mashiach. It's not about Hashem finally paying us. But this is, if you go to the average Frum Yid and you ask him, how important is Mashiach to you? How important is Mashiach? Okay, depending, some of the answer will be a little more, some of the answer will be a little less. And there are probably a lot of Frum Yidden who will say, if they're honest, they're going to say not so important. In other words, I know it's important because I know that we say Ani Mamin, and I know we daven for it, but not so important. And if the Yid, and you ask, why is it important? What's the average Yid going to answer? So many tzaras, right? So many people are suffering. How many people are going to come and tell you, why is Mashiach important? If Mashiach isn't important, Torah mitzvahs aren't important. That's what we're getting from here, which you would, in other words, if Mashiach is about schar, if Yemei Mashiach is about reward, then you can have a Frum Yid who can say, I learned in Pirkei Avos that I have to serve the Eibishter, not kavadim ha'mishamshin esarav manas l'kabel pras. I don't serve Hashem for reward. I serve Hashem because I need to serve Hashem. So Mashiach is not important to me. So I have Avos Yisrael. I see that this person Nebuch is sick, and this person Nebuch doesn't have a shidduch, and this person doesn't have children. So I want Mashiach for everyone. But for me, I'm fine. What do you tell a Yid like that? So then you turn to him and you say, but it's one of the Yud Gimel Ikri Emunah. It's one of the 13 principles of faith. Ani Mamin b'Emunah Shlema b'Viyas HaMashiach. He says, I believe in it. And the Rambam Takya says, but I don't understand it. In other words, I don't understand why that's a Iker b'Emunah. Why is that a Iker b'Emunah? Why is that one of the 13 principles of faith? It's Taka Pella. And then you open up the Rambam and Hilchos Malachim, and the Rambam says that not only someone who doesn't believe in Mashiach, but someone who doesn't yearn for Mashiach also is a kafir in the whole Torah, denies the whole Torah and everything that the Nevi'im said. Why? Why do I have to wait for Mashiach? Why is it so important? But now, if we're understanding over here, Mashiach is not a schar. Mashiach is the shleimus. Every time you're doing a mitzvah, every time you're learning Torah, what is the purpose of it? The purpose it is dir b'tachtoinim, right? The purpose is to bring Mashiach. So if you don't want Mashiach, you're totally out of tune with what you're doing. So imagine a person is working in an apple factory. So it's one person. One thing is a person says, you know what, I love my job so much, I don't care if I don't get a paycheck. I'll manage. Okay, that's not a problem, right? But what if the person says, I really love my job so much, I love hacking together this and that, and I love my job so much, I don't even care if an iPhone is actually produced. As long as I get to put in my component over here and whatever his job is, iPhone yet produced, iPhone not produced, I love my job. He's a Meshugana, right? And a person who's a Fruma Yid and learns Torah and does mitzvahs, and it's not negeya him, the etzem, about Moshiach, that means that you're completely disconnected and disjointed from what you're doing. You're misaligned, right? You're doing one thing and your mind is elsewhere. You're living your whole life, and every single act you're doing is towards a certain goal. And then when you come to him and ask him, do you care about that goal? He goes, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? And that's what the Rambam says. They call me Shini Mechake, someone who doesn't wait. But not only someone who doesn't wait, but if you don't yearn. Because if you don't yearn again, how can you not yearn? If every single act that you're doing is towards that, how can you not yearn for that? So these few lines over here from the Alter Rebbe, which it seems to be small lines, the Alter Rebbe says that that it is known that Mashiach is the Tachlis Shleimus B'riyas Olam Haza, really reframes the way we look at Mashiach, and really gives a different understanding as to why we're so anxious for Mashiach.